Hi there, friends. I am super excited that you took time to watch today. We are about to have such a fun conversation with two young actors who are in a brand new musical movie about Christmas called It's Christmas Again. It's going to be a one night only in theaters. And guess what? These two beautiful young people are right here in the studio with us today. My name is Jean Thomason, and this is Momentum Influencers Network. So look, right here I have with me Darby Cappillino and Lawson Touliatos, and the two of them star in this brand new movie. I'm super excited because I've just watched the whole thing, and these two kids right here, they haven't even been able to see the whole thing. I know, can't even believe it.
We didn't.
I can't even believe I got to see it already, and you didn't see it. Well, I can't wait to find out their take on their experience in the whole process of acting and singing and dancing in the show, and then let you know a lot about this movie, which is going to be one day only in theaters on November the 29th. November the 29th, one day only, and I hope that it will be something that you will decide to do and take your family and friends, and especially some kids, if you have some that are interested in music and fun. Did you think that was a fun part?
Yeah, the big production numbers were obviously extremely fun to film and everything, and I'm sure they're super fun to watch.
We wouldn't know. We wouldn't know.
I would like to say that I know they're super fun to watch, but I am sure they are. And I would say it gives off a Glee kind of vibe, because of just how large the production is, all the dancers and everything. Just a very fun environment.
And I'll say, like, I grew up surrounded by musicals, always on the television. So when I got the little part, I was very excited because I was like, oh, I get to like lip sync to myself and all that. And it was really fun.
Good. Well, I loved that number that you were in, well, both of you together in front of the high school. But I do want to say to those of you who are watching, one of the fun things about this particular movie is, guess what? It was filmed right here in Franklin, Tennessee. That's where I live. That's where Darby lives. Lawson now lives in Nashville since he's a student at Belmont University, but he's a Tennessee boy from Memphis, so you're not too far away. How much fun was it to be during Christmas in the snow in downtown Franklin?
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love the city of Franklin and Nashville in general, and I mean, my brother lives up here. He has for a while. He goes to Vanderbilt, and so I had already spent a lot of time up here. I knew I loved the city, but I had never experienced it in a snow. Yeah, a snowy environment. So it was just a really like a different take on a familiar feeling, and it was really nice.
Great. Well, before we talk about the content, I'd like to know, how did the creators of this movie find both of you? How did they find you, Miss Darby?
So a mutual casting director I worked with on a YouTube series called Mother Goose Club Playhouse. I was 10 years old, and I worked with her for a couple years, and she mutually knew the producers and directors, and so she reached out and asked if I was interested in, doing this part, and I was like, duh. And I didn't even audition for it.
Oh.
So, no, I'm just kidding. But it was super fun. I filmed for one day only, but it was a day full of new friendships and just a lot of fun memories. So
How about you, Lawson? How'd they find you?
Yeah, so I had a very different experience than that. I did audition.
Good for you.
I went through the usual process. I did the audition. I sung a few songs. I got a call back, and I ended up having to Zoom with the directors and with the other co-lead, and then after a little bit of waiting, I heard back that I got the part, and I was very excited about it, obviously. And then the filming was very fun. It was over the course of a total of about 3 weeks, all kind of, interspersed throughout different times, and just a fun experience overall, yeah.
That is so great. I love it that this movie is about young people, about teenagers in high school Lawson, who's the lead actor, has a girlfriend in the show, and the two of them, being teenagers, are talking about Christmas, and one of them wants to go skiing, that's you, and then Abby wants to be in the Christmas play, so they have this little bit of a chat about what's more important kind of thing. So how do you think this movie will resonate with teenagers?
I think it resonates well with teenagers because, especially towards the beginning of the movie, it kind of does lay out that pretty normal nowadays idea of like, well, you know, the holiday is great because it's a holiday. It's fun, and we gotta just do whatever we want. But you know, undermining all the tradition and the real importance of the holiday, the reason we actually celebrate it, and yeah, I think throughout the movie you kind of see a realistic-ish depiction of you know, my character realizing what really is important, even though he didn't think that way originally. And I think that can be something that a lot of people could resonate with.
That's well said. And it was very interesting, too, because one of the things that you'll see in the movie that I thought was interesting, because I'm a mommy, was that his parents were insisting that he wear a helmet, which he did not do. And as a result, he had an accident on a skateboard. How many times did you have to run into that car before it was a take?
Oh man, I had to run into that car so many times.
Oh my
I dented the car. We bent the door like
Oh
completely
my
backwards. It was a long day.
Wow.
I don't know, probably like 10 to 15 times.
Yes. So before you had your accident on the skateboard, you were at school talking to Abby, and as you were leaving school, you're all excited, and that's where Darby got to do this big number. So talk about how much fun that was, and the dancers, and learning that kind of rap stuff. That was really great.
Well, I will say, when I got the song, having to learn it, I was like, ooh, I kind of got to talk rap. I don't know if I can do that well, because I like to sing. That's my wheelhouse. So doing this little talky, rappy part, I was kind of like, I hope I do it okay. But it was really fun because I didn't have to dance. And I let the very talented dancers do it. And they were awesome. I mean, we did that scene a decent amount of times, and the amount of flips, and I was scared. I was like, please don't hit your head. Yeah. But all the dancers were so phenomenal, and I was just in awe. Because all I did was do my little rappy part, and then I walked away. But it was so much fun, and there was ice on the ground, so that was a little hazard that everybody had to put into consideration. But so many people were working to shovel and put salt down, and very thankful for those people.
How does your family focus on the birth of Jesus during Christmas?
Oh, we set up, you know, the nativity scene in the front yard every year. We have devotionals. On the morning of Christmas, actually, my parents always wake us up and take us downstairs back into their room. And we go through devotionals, and we talk about the nativity story and all those things before we go out and do any like a present opening or anything like that, to make sure that we, you know, start the day knowing what's actually important before getting into the rest.
Yeah. Okay, Darby, tell us about your great Christmas traditions.
Well, I am a daughter of a very musical home, and me and my mom sing, and the last few Christmases we do the Christmas Eve service at church, so that's been a really sweet tradition that we've been doing, and we'll do that. For a few Christmas Eves, we went to Chili's afterwards, and we always are just like, what are we doing? And I think I've had the best memories with my parents and my little brother there, because it's just like fun and spontaneous and all that. But we'll come home. My dad usually gives us donuts, and I have donuts on Christmas, and it's really sweet. But I do love singing at church for the Christmas Eve service. It's really special. And doing it with my mom is super special.
I had a thought after watching this, and I hope this is also not too much of a spoiler, but it reminded me a bit of It's a Wonderful Life, because the main character there wakes up in a place where everything is different. This is what happens to Jake. He wakes up and Christmas is no more. And so hence the title, It's Christmas Again. I wondered how you think that people will relate to that and how that might encourage them and remind them of what's important at Christmas.
It's actually funny that you mentioned It's a Wonderful Life, because that's my dad's favorite movie, and I've seen it so many times that we were talking about that on set a lot, about It's a Wonderful Life, and some references actually throughout the movie with it and everything. But I think in general, just relating to the movie, I think Jake's storyline is very relatable, especially from the beginning. You can kind of see where he's coming from, even if it doesn't seem like necessarily the perfect way to go about things. And so to see him change through the course of the movie, it kind of, to me at least, kind of puts into perspective why we need to think the way that Jake learns to think, and how easy it can be to go out and help some people, especially on just one day like Christmas.
Thank you so much for all that you had to tell us about your experiences in this movie. It's Christmas again. So we hope you're getting ready like we're ready for Christmas, and that you will be excited to take your friends and your family right after Thanksgiving to the theaters on one day only. Ready? November 29th. It's Christmas again. You can find out more about it if you want. Just go to itschristmasagainmovie.com, and we hope that you will enjoy this right after Thanksgiving as you're getting your hearts prepared for the Advent, the coming of the Lord Jesus, to celebrate Him. Thanks for listening today.